Crosstalk, the unintentional transfer of signals between communication channels, a casual conversation.
Hey guys, it's Anthony Rossi, aka Hypersyntax here. Just got done with the Empire State Comic-Con 2018 over at the Albany City Center, and it was a blast. I just want to take a quick moment to thank everyone who stopped by my booth to nerd out with me, along with Aaron from the Horror with Sturdy podcast. So what I've got right now is a collection of all the live streams that Aaron and I did while we were at the con. I've got a few interviews sparsed here and there throughout it, and, well, let's see how our weekend went. Microphone check. Check microphone. All right, I'm getting audio. Aaron, how you doing?
This is awesome. I'm doing great. How about you?
Okay. Well, you know what? Let's just kick this off right now. Are you about to go live?
Facebook Live.
Facebook Live? I can't see. Oh, there we go.
Going the wrong way. I gotta figure out how to turn this camera around.
And this is the beauty of doing things live. I'm not gonna cut any of this out. I'm just gonna keep this going.
Facebook Live.
Facebook Live. What's up?
Comic-Con. Video game crosstalk.
What's going on, guys?
How's it going? I can flip it over this way.
All right, don't mind us. We're actually doing a live recording right now. All right.
Doing a live recording. We got people over here watching us.
Yeah, we are live at Empire State Comic-Con right now. Of course, it won't be live when I post this to the web, but you know, we'll work with what we got.
The video is gonna be live though.
The video is live. And for more, there we are. There's Aaron. There's my beautiful face. Sorry for the ugliness, but so yeah, here we are. It is actually day 2 of the Empire State Comic-Con 2018. And Aaron, how you been doing?
I'm doing good. I'm having a great time. I got to meet Robert Englund.
That's awesome.
The guy who does the voice of Roger Rabbit pissed me off yesterday. I didn't hit him. My wife thought it was hilarious, but it happened.
Unfortunately, I was not at the table at the time. I was actually doing my rounds, just trying to, chat some people up. But yeah, you told me the story after I got back. That was kind of funny, actually.
He came over here messing with the table and just kind of messing with me a little bit. And he was like, "Why are you so serious?" And he eventually left. I literally thought it was just some random drunk guy just coming over here trying to piss me off, and
yeah, so
he succeeded.
We've got business cards and wristbands at the table.
Yes.
Just for people to pick up, something to remember us by. And apparently he just picked up some of the wristbands and started trying to play ring toss with my bobblehead?
Yep, he did.
All right,
I'll show you guys. This is the table right here. All this amazing stuff on this table is what Anthony's been talking about in the podcast. And for those of you who are going to be listening to this, sorry you can't see this. But
yeah, right now we're just showing what my typical table looks like. Yep. And if you go to any of the social media sites, I've been uploading pictures so you can see what it is. And I had the obligatory, here's what my table looks like shot. So all sorts of fun stuff.
So yeah, for those of you that are watching the video, come on down to the Empire State Comic-Con, stop by the table. They have beer downstairs.
Absolutely.
And other alcohol.
Beers.
So, check that out.
Who you got?
Yeah, I got a couple people watching.
Oh, we got some people watching. Hey, how's it going, peoples?
Come down here, people.
Say hi. Say hi. We don't bite. Hard. Oh, man. So, how many cosplays? Lots of cosplays.
There's a lot of cosplays.
Lots of cosplays have been coming through.
There's some people dressed up as animals, the furry thing.
Oh.
And the first time I heard of furries, it wasn't this. It was something dirtier.
But, all right, though. Yeah, cool. If there's any people who are doing cosplays while we're doing this live stream, I'll definitely kind of call them over. Right now, I'm doing a casual cosplay of Handsome Jack. I did take the wig off because it is hot.
He's not used to having hair anymore, guys.
I am not used to having hair, and I'm wearing 4 layers for this, between the jacket, the shirt, the t-shirt, and the vest. It's a lot of layers. Oh, we got a cosplayer coming through.
Yes, we do. I'm about to turn the camera around. What's up, Christian? How's
Hello.
it going?
We're doing a live stream right now, a little live recording.
Okay. This is
so
awesome.
We had some requests to show some of the cosplayers. So hello, introduce yourself.
Hello.
I'm Maria.
Hello. Look, and be charming now.
And I'm Bo, but she does all the work.
She does all. Okay. Okay.
Stand up.
Oh, wow.
Pearl Row and Udon.
That's a lot of detail work.
It is a lot.
I've had a few. Oh, love the skull. Love the skull. I've had a few cosplayers on, and some of the costumes that they've made are just absolutely amazing.
Yeah. I'm not good at construction, but I'm good at sewing.
Okay.
I go with the sewing.
Yeah.
And I go from there. I make his costumes too, but this one I didn't to make this time.
Hey, you know.
Just talking about that to one of people, two people down that recognize the American McGee's Alice, and this is talking about the weapons like the hatchet, the hobby horses, and all of them, which are another. We've seen someone do the giant hobby horses.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of construction. With some of the helmets, have you seen Hello?
I've seen Hella from a distance.
We talked to her. She commissioned someone she knew to make the horn there, and yeah, some of those helmets are interesting as well.
Oh, sure.
In last minute desperation, we've done the Sabe battle dress, where didn't know how we were going to do the form of the headpiece, and last minute just getting a large piece of foam, just
going to town.
and turning out all right is the 18th hour.
Right.
This kind of madness of how are we going to do this.
Hey, it's what you got to do.
The night before the convention, how are we going to do this intricate, ornate headpiece here?
Go.
She's been focusing on the amount of sewing for just the sewing itself on a Amidala Sabe dress is a long amount of work.
Yeah.
So, finishing that stuff the day before and then having to work on that. So.
Oh, what's going on? Are you guys gamers much at all? Yes, no, maybe? It's okay if you say no. It's totally cool if you say no.
I am not.
Okay.
You're gonna crush his
I am a
feelings.
video game.
She has played this one in way back and talking about how difficult it was meeting two people on the computer to actually be able to.
Oh, there's plenty of that.
Yeah.
Well, want to reference is Zophiel Ray, one of my guests. She has done a Dragon Age Inquisition cosplay. Her name is Josephine de Montpellier, and she has poofy ruffles all the way down the sleeve.
Yeah, this was hard.
Yeah.
It's like you have the sleeve laid out, and then you have to cut it to get the stripe.
Like, I can only imagine how much excess material you need to purchase just to bunch it up.
Yeah. I mean, I made it up. Like the dress itself is a matter, but I
Right.
can construct.
It's a lot.
I don't, you can't buy.
Absolutely. Cool. All right, thanks.
Stopping by.
All right.
That was in Mega Desert. Hey.
So,
What's that?
all right, we'll be back. All right, we going live again?
Yes, sir.
We going live again?
Got to.
All right, hey, hello. Oh, no people that are watching at this point, but hey, it's okay. So we are live again at the Empire State Comic Con 2018, and right now it's about 5:38. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm actually feeling really good. I'm gonna tell you why. Because I made a post for Amanda Weiss yesterday, and she shared it.
Oh, there we go.
And that's awesome. So go watch that movie, The Id. I'm gonna watch it tonight. It's probably awesome. Do it now. Check out Video Game Crosstalk. Like it, share it. Check out Horror with Source 30. Like it, share it. Thank you.
All right. So we've been here quite a while. We're getting into the later hours of the con. Things are dying down a little bit, but we've been having the opportunity to walk around and meet up with some of the other vendors. There's some pretty awesome people that come through to these things.
Awesome isn't the word. The artists, they freaking amaze me. The drawings, the paintings that these people can do is freaking amazing. I wish I can do it, but I can't.
Yeah, right?
That's why I do a podcast, if I can't draw.
Yeah, basically, and I hate going up to some of the artist booths. Not that I hate going up to them, but I don't have any room for additional art. Like, I appreciate it. Their art is awesome, but I just don't have any place to really put it. I'm trying to I did make a game cave in our basement, but since Jacob's been born, I've been remiss to drop down in there recently.
How's it going? Yeah, he dressed up as Handsome Jack from a game.
Borderlands.
Borderlands. He took the wig off though. His head was getting hot.
I mean, I could put the wig back on, but I am not used to having a lot of hair, and I'm wearing 4 layers for this cosplay, so I get sweaty quick, and I am a big sweaty stinky man. But for you,
Look at this.
but for the purpose of this live video, I will embarrass myself once again. And this is going to be great for people just listening to the audio. Because you're going to be able to see none of this, but just understand, being that I am balding, and I just shaved my head recently for the St. Baldrick's Shave-a-thon, so thanks to all those donated for that. I am wearing a Halloween costume wig, and if you've been shopping for wigs on Halloween for costumes, you know that these things are massive, and I am looking quite bouffant right now in the live video.
Don't forget, coming up at
yeah,
6
it's a lot to deal with if you're not accustomed to it.
From Sons of Anarchy, again, that gets underway at 6 o'clock.
Really like it.
So, who are some of the vendors you've been enjoying?
Some of the vendors that I went to?
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find their cards. I was just bouncing all around. What is this one called? I think I've created a monster.
There you go.
They make some awesome stuff. So, I wish they look like a werewolf.
Well, I've been called worse, okay? Definitely been called worse.
Yeah, by me.
And right now we're dealing with the loudspeaker right now, but that's passed. There's actually, and I had no idea this was even a thing, but Ghostbuster fan clubs. And apparently there are the New York City Ghostbusters, the Rochester Ghostbusters, and the Boston Ghostbusters with us tonight or this weekend at the con. And they do some pretty cool things. They use their fandom to promote STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And they do some science experiments. They're down on the first floor of the con. And I'm going to see if I can link up with these guys to help do some STEM promotions and maybe get one of them onto the show. See what I can do with that.
He's being a social butterfly like I am.
I am trying. I am very networking. Yeah, I am very extroverted on the podcast, and I fake it very well. In real life, I'm actually pretty shy.
See, I'm the complete opposite. That's why he had me come here.
And,
I love it though. It's fun.
Aaron is my booth babe, and I appreciate every moment that he's with me.
Hang on. We don't want Chris to get jealous over here.
Where's Chris? There's my other booth babe.
Eye candy, right here.
That's
really the only reason I'm here.
That's Kevin Bacon Jr.
It is.
That's his son.
That's right. It is an honor for us to have. Yeah. Hey, we do what we can, but it is an honor to have Celebrity Blood here, working the booth with us. It is fantastic.
He's signing autographs for free. If anybody wants an autograph. He accepts beer.
Know, I do accept beer, actually.
Just don't put anything in his beer.
Well, I mean...
we'll see what happens.
I guess that depends who's doing it. And for what purpose.
All right. But before this gets too out of hand. All right, so we've been having a pretty good time here. There's still a lot of stuff going on. We still got a little over an hour left in the con for today. And we have all day tomorrow, so 10 till 5 the con goes on Sunday.
Yep.
VIPs can get in at 9, but we'll see what we can do.
I say whoever's watching this, come down to the con, have some fun. Check out these awesome vendors. These people do hard work to get into here. Just have a good time. Go downstairs, get some beers, get yourself an Incredible Hulk, hot dogs.
You say get an Incredible Hulk?
Yep.
Yes.
The drink.
Yeah, that's...
Oh,
I know what I said.
And check out this table right next to us. They do some awesome stuff. I'm going to walk over.
Okay. Okay, so this isn't going to come up on the audio, so I'm just going to narrate all of this. Aaron got an amazing Stranger Things shirt, and it's actually pretty cool. It's the kids from Stranger Things walking across the street, and you've got the darkness? What would you call that?
That is the darkness with, I forgot what they called the monster from season 2.
Okay, that big looming thing with the tentacle legs.
It's like one of those inflated. It always reminds me of those inflatable.
Yes, the
things
noodle
you see
men.
The noodle men when you drive by like a cheesy used car dealership.
Yeah, and in Albany we have a few too many of those, but hey, do what you can do. So yeah, next to us is Toying Around from Johnstown. They sell all sorts of collectibles and toys and stuff like that. So real cool people. It's been a pleasure to be seated next to them.
They definitely have some awesome looking stuff.
Yeah, they have a bunch of their own T-shirt designs too. So they took a bunch of iconic geek fandoms and turned it into their own branding for Toying Around.
Nice.
So yeah, it's actually pretty cool. All right, until next time. Okay, real quick, we are here right now with Steve from the Super Retro
Throwback Reviews.
There it is, Super Retro Throwback Reviews, and I'm doing a fantastic job as a host by forgetting the name of the podcast.
It's all right. If I had a nickel for every time people forgot the Throwback Reviews part, I wouldn't be here at Comic-Cons right now. I'd actually be up at San Diego.
There you go.
So
hey, man, it works. So you've been walking around quite a bit at this con.
Yeah.
So first off, tell us a little bit about Super Retro Throwback Reviews.
So Super
the full thing.
This time, Super Retro Throwback Reviews is a no-holds-barred review of movies, music, games, and video games, retro and new, and our complete coverage of Comic-Cons throughout New England. We go from Connecticut to Massachusetts to Rhode Island. We don't do New Hampshire or Maine because it's too far, but this was the first far one we've done, besides New York Comic Con, but we won't talk about that because New York Comic Con's a bad con for us. So,
hey, it costs a lot to get in there. Someday I hope to go both to that and to one of the PAX, but right now, family life and personal business life and all that fun
PAX
stuff.
East was this weekend.
Yeah, I know.
And I have friends that are there, and I wanted to go, but they gave me a press pass for this. If I did not have a press pass for this, I would have been in Boston right now.
Much love to the Empire State Comic Con and their crew, Altered Reality, and all that good stuff.
Yes.
I did throw it up on my Twitter and Facebook a few times. If anyone is coming through Albany, New York, to go to PAX East, hang out for the night. Just hang out once quick and come say hi, give me a high five or something. Unfortunately, nobody did that. No. But, we're working on getting the publicity out.
Yeah.
What's going on, Chris?
That weird, lingering high-five feeling that people are afraid of, really.
So, I'll pose the question to you guys. Since you're talking about tech and all that stuff in video games.
Yes.
Do you have a upcoming topic that you are encouraging, that you are itching to talk about?
Right now, a few of the things that I really would love to discuss is how we really need to just calm down about leaks and spoilers.
Okay.
It's something, I don't know if it's going to be a blog post or something I'd like to actually get in depth with a guest. In particular, is everything that's surrounding Borderlands 3. Now, right now, I'm cosplaying as Handsome Jack. A casual cosplay, but I am cosplaying as Handsome Jack, and I've got a remote-controlled claptrap sitting next to me.
Yep.
So yeah, I am a huge Borderlands fan. Played through those games multiple times, with multiple characters. I love everything about it. The humor, the dark humor, the combat system, the weapon system, the loot chase, all that stuff. But recently, and I've been talking to a YouTuber, or at least connecting with a Mental Mars, and there have been a few fake leaks that have, and I'm putting the air quotes around leaks, regarding the, quote, confirmation of a Borderlands 3. And when you dig into some of these, not even deep, it's just on the surface, it's blatantly an old press pic from, I want to say Dishonored, but it's a other game that they kind of doctored up and threw the Borderlands 3 logo, or at least a variant of what it could look like. And I've been seeing all over the place a bunch of, confirmed that Borderlands 3 is in development. And I'm like, guys, PAX South 2015, Randy Pitchford used their panel discussion as a call for people to apply to Gearbox so they could work on the next Borderlands. This is 3 years ago this happened. And the way that Borderlands, the pre-sequel ended, it ended with and Iridian General, for lack of a better term, saying that war is coming and we're going to need all the help that we can get. We just went through Borderlands, Tales from the Borderlands, where we were reintroduced to the Atlas Corporation and its Gortys project, which is absolutely adorable and devastating all at the same time. And if you play through Tales from the Borderlands, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And in the last few DLC packs for Battleborn, there were coded messages within the DLC that were messages from some unknown sender saying, we are no longer on Pandora. Patricia Tannis is not who she seems. Come to Promethea.
Yeah.
I'm like, at no point in recent history has there been a quote leak or quote confirmation of this game. And like personally, who did I talk to this? Lee Mercat from Gamerboard Clothing in regards to leaks and predictions regarding Game of Thrones. Like we'll find out when we find out. We can have all sorts of speculation, but people need to I know we're all chomping at the bit for this, but we need to calm down a little bit as far as like leaks and stuff. Just like E3 is just around the corner, guys.
Yeah.
E3 is just around the corner. We're in the middle of PAX.
I have my beef about leaks. See, I talk about movies more than I do music and video games.
Okay, cool.
But when they show a trailer for a movie, they show like a 5-second preview of the trailer before they show the trailer.
Right, the teasers. Yeah.
Yeah, the teaser before the teaser.
Right, yeah.
And it kind of burns my ass a little bit. I'm sorry if it.
Oh, no worries.
Okay. It burns my rear end a little bit. It kind of, if you show the trailer, don't show a snippet of the trailer before you show the trailer.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of more like a hype machine type of thing going on, rather than like a fake leak or a doctored image or something like that. But again, it's just like, I don't know who these sources are. They're unconfirmed sources. Oh, they're someone from the inside. Sure they are.
Yeah.
You know, we'll find out when we find out. And honestly, I would prefer hearing about things on the development teams or like the studio's own schedule.
Yeah.
Because they know how they want to pace the hype. They know like when they want to release things for most impact. And they don't want to like trickle out information here and there, as the release date may be another year or two. Right. And you don't want, like, Division. I just got tired of hearing about Division for like 3 E3s in a row or something like that. Like, you should have waited a little bit for that one, but so that's something I would love to discuss in depth.
Yeah.
If I didn't just do that already.
You did.
But hey, you know, do it on a full-blown episode or something. So back at you. What are you looking to get into in your next episodes?
Well, this upcoming episode, I'm not sure when this episode will be out, but April 23rd, you can find all the coverage of Empire State Comic-Con.
All right.
My interview with you, my interview with Rock Candy Podcast, Knock on Wood, David Ellefson, and I can't remember, Brian O'Halloran. My interviews with Ming Chen, Real Life Peter Griffin are definites because I just did them.
Okay.
A couple of other podcasters. So definitely be on the lookout for this. It's going to be a very jam-packed episode. The next episode will be on May 5th.
All right.
The guy who taught me podcasting.
Hey, there we go.
Joe Aguirre, who's a radio host for the River 105.9 in Hartford, Connecticut. We will be talking about a very serious situation. We here at Super Retro Throwback Reviews do not talk about politics, but we're breaking our own rule because he has his own podcast called the Cup of Joe Podcast.
Okay.
It's a little shameless plug there, but he's my mentor, and it's well-deserved.
Do it up.
We're talking about violence in video games because our 45th president blamed the whole situation in Parkland on video games.
Yes, and many a times I have said on Video Game Crosstalk, this is not a political podcast. We go where the evidence goes.
Right.
We rely on evidence-based research and verified facts and peer-reviewed research.
Right. So I'm actually, tonight I will be doing all my research because I'll be doing the recording on Monday.
Gotcha.
And the episode will be out on May 5th.
Okay.
And it's going to be probably the most heated debate and most talked about episode in Super Retro Throwback Reviews history.
Okay. Well, you know, that actually kind of brings up a good point because, like, I try to interact with everyone that comes by my booth.
Yep.
Because that's why I'm here. And there's been a few people that come by, and it's a parent with a young child.
Yep.
Sub double digits. So we're talking like even like 12 to like 8 years old, say. And like, hey, honey, you play video games. What do you play? Oh, I play Far Cry 5. I play Fallout 4. And I'm like thinking to myself, no. All right, so I fully believe that violent video games do not lead to violent actions. They can increase aggression.
Yeah.
But there's a difference between acting aggressively and actually following through with the violence.
Right.
That said, that is when the content that is consumed is age appropriate.
Right.
Do not let your child play M-rated games.
And this is where my stance comes in it.
Okay.
And I went on a little rant on Twitter when the whole situation blew up with Trump. He said he blamed it on video games, and I called him out on it. I literally I called him out. I tagged him on Twitter. I said, look, the ESRB was created in the early 90s. There have been events before the ESRB was created, and way in the Atari age, you have the Kent State Massacre. You have the situation in the University of Texas, and this was in the 70s, and Atari was invented back then. So this has been going on way before the ESRB was created.
It's as far back in history as you want to go. We have done unspeakable acts to each other.
Right.
Video games it's a cop-out. It's something that people just don't understand.
Since man has ever picked up a rock in a club.
Right. It's been going down like that. But it's, as far as modern gaming is concerned, it is more immersive.
Yep.
You do get a hero complex because you are the one who's saving the day, and you will get a sense of entitlement, or like be taught entitlement. If you complete these things, you should be given these things. Those are discussions for people who are way more intelligent than I am, but also it's the level of age appropriateness.
Right.
Like, when my son gets older, sure, I'll let him play like Halo or Destiny before he's 17. It's not that big of an issue.
See, my nephew, we babysit him once in a while, and he was telling me about this game called Fortnite.
Okay.
And I was like, Fortnite? What the hell is Fortnite? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to swear.
Don't worry about it.
I didn't know if you could swear on the podcast.
I try to keep it PG-13.
Okay. My bad. So, what is Fortnite? And then he was like, I don't know what it is. You're playing it. Tell me what it is.
Yeah, right. What are you playing?
When he's delved deep into a game, he's like deep in the game and never wants to tell me. Mm-hmm. And then he plays games like, what was the last one? He played Minecraft, but he's 13. So.
Okay.
Last one he played was, I can't remember what it was. I need to get caught up on the new games now. Last new game I played was Destiny, but. Okay. He hasn't played a violent video game. He wanted Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Yeah, no.
No, my mom, his grandmother, bought it for him.
And that's the story that you hear, right? That's the story that you hear. The older parent or grandparent, like, it's a game, honey.
Yeah. And I just said, Mom, why are you buying that for him? He should not be playing it. And I texted my sister. I'm like, Mom's buying this for Brady. Why should he be really? And then my mom and my sister got into it, and I'm just like, I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, but a final closing statement for this before this goes on way too long. No. This is what happens on Video Game Cross. Like, we fly off on tangents, and the conversation's great. But like, we're the gamer nerds.
Yeah.
All right, take our advice. We know what's in these games. We know. Stop that.
Yeah, pay attention to the ESRB labels. Like, they were invented for a reason.
Yeah, and they've been on games for a long time.
Yeah.
So, one more time, Super Retro Review Throwdown.
Super Retro Throwback Reviews.
God!
It's okay. You can find Super Retro Throwback Reviews.
He is never going to link to any of my content. I
got your
business card. All right, I got your business card. But
you can find Super Retro Throwback Reviews on our website, the new superretrothrowbackreviews.com. You can subscribe to our channel on iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, Spotify, and we have a YouTube channel where I do mobile movie reviews and 31 Days of Horror. So stay tuned for that, and thank you for having me.
Thank you for sitting down for me. It's been a pleasure.
Anytime.
Take care. I'm going to assume that we're still recording. Yes, we're... Hello? Oh, there we go. All right, yeah, we're recording. How you doing?
How's it going?
All right, so this is the third and final day of the Empire State Comic-Con, and it's about noon right now. It's a little slower.
It is.
It's a little slower than previous days, but that's to be expected.
It's Sunday.
It is
We're
Sunday.
chilling. There's still a few people here.
Oh, sure. People are still swinging by the table. On the plus side, being that it is a little bit slower on the Sunday, I was able to go over to the I guess I'll call it the cosplay camp over on that side of the room, and finally got to actually talk to a bunch of the cosplayers, and pretty awesome people, and they're dedicated to their craft. I was talking to Miss Molly and the Berserker, awesome name, and just talking to them about like what it takes to create some of their costumes, and a lot of what would be lost arts of crafting and like clothing making and stuff like that is really being kept alive by the cosplay community.
I'm very impressed by their work. It's just we both posted a lot of photos, a couple of videos that these people make themselves. Not everybody, but other people make this themselves at home or whatever, and
It's either that or they have someone commission the costume. So there are people who they'll do, for lack of a better term, the wearing of the costume. Or they have people who, I mean, there's a term that I just learned on my last episode called foam smithing. I mean, it makes perfect sense as far as costume is concerned. You get the patterns, you print them out, you cut it out of foam, and you construct your like armor plates and stuff like that.
which is cool because it's directly from the game or movie, whatever. It's directly from it. It's not like you're just
on your
own.
Yeah, so in my most recent episode of Puffins and Porks, I talked to Ellie Winston, and there's a few websites where you can download the armor pieces, like the actual 3D models of the armor pieces from the games, like Halo and Destiny, excuse me, and then use some other software where it'll unfold the patterns or unfold the model into traceable patterns. You trace those patterns onto foam or cardboard or something, and you can recreate the armor pieces from the game. So it's really, really cool stuff. So that's what we're doing right now, just kind of being able to hook up or meet up with the other vendors and cosplayers and stuff like that at the con. So I'll be able to walk around a little bit more today. Aaron, get any goals?
Lots of networking.
Lots of networking.
Both of our things, and that's my biggest goal. And
what you got? Oh, we both got a little something.
This was free, awesome, one per person. So if you're here at the Comic-Con, go check him out. Really nice guy, really cool guy, and he ate at Ted's Fish Fry.
Oh wait, I got one also. Blade. He's been cosplaying for 15 years, and he's handing out these photos while supplies last. Just to give back to the community that's supported him for so long. So, real cool guy.
Awesome. It's always awesome to give back. Oh, I didn't want to be invited to my video.
What's going on there? Got something going on. All right.
Trying to bring Henry on.
All right, Henry, what you doing?
Yeah, Henry.
So, yeah, for people listening to the podcast version of this, Aaron is doing a Facebook live stream right now, and apparently we're trying to get someone else to join in.
How's it going?
Hello there. And of course, we're still working the table because it's a live recording. Hello there again.
Yeah, put some lights on over there, man.
Yeah. So there's a podcast, obviously. It's called Video Game Crosstalk. I do a little bit of tech and science talk along with some gaming and geekery. This is my list of episodes. Every episode I have on a different guest, and we talk about what they do in industry. So, for instance, for my very first episode, I had my friend John on. He is a computer scientist or computer science professor at UAlbany. So we talked about some of the research he did to get involved with that. And after we got done talking about that, we talked about some science and tech news that's floating around the net, move into some gaming and geekery, and then we wrapped the episode up with the final 5 questions. and I'll return to live recordings later on today. And we are starting. All right, so we are third and final day again. It's been a long con. It's been a long weekend for us. And this time I have got a different guest with me today for this quick little live session. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Louis Sanders. I run Item Get. That's Item Get. We do different crafts, collectibles, accessories, apparel for all your geekery, nerd.
Geek. Oh, it's all sorts of flavors. Yeah,
all sorts of flavors. Yeah,
it's great. Yeah. So Louis actually got a booth aisle or two behind me, and we've been kind of hanging out. Mutual friend Maggie, and I'll be getting her on the show at some point. She doesn't know yet, but I'll get her.
Oh, and she'll love to gab, so that's great.
Yeah, it'll be fantastic. So, obviously, right now I'm just promoting my little podcast, and Louis got a full storefront going on. What kind of designs do you have over there?
So right now we have a couple designs. We have for fans of RuPaul's Drag Race and Mario Kart 64, we have RuPaul's Drag Race 64, which is very popular, really cute. We also have the Golden Girls as squirrels, so the Golden Squirrels. And for our JoJo Bizarre Adventure fans out there, we also have Kakyoin's Donuts, which is sort of a meme, a little niche meme in there for those that understand it, but the ones that do see it do get a great kick out of it.
I was going to say, of the many flavors of geekery, I obviously do not know them all. And we have had so many cosplayers come through. So many fantastic cosplays. And I just open them at, like, I'm sorry, I don't know what your costume is.
Yeah. Hashtag filthy casual. I mean, it's fine. You know,
it really is. And usually if it's bright, spiky hair, it's anime.
Oh, of course.
It's some type of anime. It's okay if you don't understand it or don't recognize it, because there are so many different types of anime. Go ahead. So again, we're doing this live right now. Yeah, if you just flip it over, that is magnetic sand. Yeah, and it just kind of fills up and everything gets magnetized. So if you see someone, sorry, I'm doing a live recording right. No, it's absolutely totally cool. No, absolutely totally cool. And I'm not going to cut any of this out. It's going to be fantastic and awkward. So I do a podcast called Video Game Crosstalk, and basically all my friends that work in science and technology, they're all geeks as well. So I bring them on the show to talk about their work. So I have a different guest every episode, and everything on the table has been discussed in some capacity on the show. So I bring on anyone who works in science and technology, talk about their work for a little bit, talk about some other science and tech news that's floating around the net. Then we get into the gaming and geekery, and I wrap up the show with the final 5 questions. So hook us up on the socials. Have fun. Enjoy the con.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by.
So where was I? Yes, spiky hair, anime. Yes. Just go with that. And the other times that I have been confused on who the character was, it turns out 2 for 2. League of Legends.
Really?
Yes, 2 for 2, League of Legends.
There's so many characters.
Right. And I look, I'm like, you don't look fully anime. I'm going to go with League of Legends. I'm like, yeah, that's right. Yeah. All right, then.
That's an interesting game, too. Actually, I've had Maggie and her husband try to get me to play that.
Okay.
And they're always like, here, go ahead and play. And I'm like, there's like 40 characters, but you're beginner, so you can only pick 3, so good luck. And then it's like, all right, and I guess there's different lanes you can pick or something like that. I don't know. It's very weird.
It's obviously very popular. It's still like one of the most dominating games on Twitch. But
huge competitions, apparently.
Yes,
huge.
Massive esports scene.
I am completely intimidated by that type of gaming, and all the power to those that actually play it. Mm-hmm. That's awesome, but that is just not for me. I can't.
It's a lot. I enjoy my RPGs.
Right.
The closest thing that I do to an MMO is Destiny, and I use that as like a gaming palate cleanser between major releases. Mm-hmm. Like I just finished Shadow of the Colossus.
Oh, I heard that was really good. They did a re-release.
They just did a remaster of it. Yeah, it is beautiful. Yeah. It is aesthetically.
I've never played it, but the music is amazing.
Music is beautiful. I highly suggest it. It's only about 8 hours or so long, so it's not really huge. There are 16 colossi that you need to defeat, and when I say colossi, like you don't fight the colossi, you climb up them and get to a weak point and go stabby. Yeah. and yeah, it's about 8 hours long in total.
Cool, yeah.
So I finished that. I finished Assassin's Creed Origins, and I'm just playing Destiny right now, just
Nice.
in between, because we got God of War coming out. It'll be my first entry into the series.
There was a nice God of War cosplay earlier.
There was. Unfortunately, I did not get a photo of it, but it was an awesome Kratos walking around.
Right.
But one thing that we absolutely need to talk about before we wrap this up is your beautiful treasure chest.
Oh, okay. So for the fans of Legend of Zelda, we actually had handcrafted wooden treasure chests that are felt lined with red felt and actually feature the da-da-da-da tone that is just this happy sort of this euphoric sound whenever you open up a chest and you get that item. And actually that chest is our first item that we ever created. And
cool.
The reasoning behind our logo and name, which is called Item Get, and it features the chest. So that was our first item that we ever created.
Okay, so it's the Item Get sound effect,
and it's
basically.
the Item Get sound effect, which is a sort of like a meme, that Item Get, whenever you get, or a trope actually, rather. So whenever you're in a game and you get that item that you need to succeed, it's always Item Get.
Yep, right. And I will fully admit, a little while ago, I came over to your table just to go, da-da-da-da.
Of course. I mean, it's so, most people know it. It's so
it's iconic.
Prevalent, it's iconic, and that's what we wanted to be.
That is awesome. All right, so thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for having me. Yeah.
All right, take care, man. All right, so one more time, we are live at the Empire State Comic-Con 2018. It is Sunday. It's about 3:15. Again, it's been a long weekend, and this time I am joined by another guest, another podcaster, YouTuber. Where should we go with this? Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Jeff Burns. I'm a filmmaker and host. I do a couple things. We have Super Knocked Up, which is my comedy superhero series, and I do a live show called Super Geeked Up, where we talk geeky topics and play geek-themed improv games. Yeah, there's a lot of improv going on. It's just like, all right, here's the situation, go. Yeah, we actually did the show here live on Friday night as one of the panels, and it was awesome. We always love doing it live at Comic-Con because we get audience people to come up on stage with us and play our geeky games. And
it's fantastic. So which games did you play this time around?
So we did a bunch actually because they gave us a little bit longer slot than we have a lot of cons.
There you go.
But two of my favorites, we did superhero sound effects, which is where two people come up from the audience and they have to provide the sound effects that we do in the scene. Oh, that is hysterical. And we get ridiculous names for superheroes from the audience. So me and my co-hosts have to play these ridiculous named superheroes, and people are doing sound effects in the scene for us, which is always fun because we get to play off of like the sound effects that are not always that great actually.
Well, yeah, I mean it happens, but this is what you do with a lot.
That makes it fun. And then the other one we did is called Universal Translator, where
yes. Okay, so a few years back, I actually came to one of your panel shows at one of the Albany cons, and I think this was the game that you played. So go ahead and describe.
Probably. This is another one of our favorites to do live at cons. We had two people to come up for the audience, and each one was speaking a fictional language. So actually today on Friday, somebody was Chewbacca, so they were speaking in Wookiee. Okay. And somebody else was speaking the rhino species language from Doctor Who.
Okay.
But whatever, it could be any language. It could be Ewok or Klingon or whatever.
As long as you've got enough inflection in your voice, you can pretty much pull it off. Okay.
So they speak in these languages, and then me and my co-host translate what they're supposedly saying into English. And the scene was like Chewbacca and this rhino guy were playing laser tag at a Kmart.
Jeez.
Right. I don't know why that was at a Kmart, but
that's where we're going to go with, and we're going to see what happens.
Right. So it was a lot of fun. It was a good crowd.
And you mentioned Super Knocked Up. Now, the whole premise of this, to me, is absolutely hysterical. But, of course, I'm not going to be able to do it justice, so I'm going to make you speak even more. So,
thank you. I would love to. Yeah, so it's a comedy series. It's about a supervillain who gets pregnant by her superhero nemesis, and then these two enemies have to raise a baby together.
Oh, no!
No, it's a big problem. We had a lot of fun doing it, and we did. There was a comic book of it, and but I did two seasons of the live action series, which you can find for free on both Amazon and YouTube right now.
Okay,
I would love you to go watch it. So it was a lot of fun. It's I try to do kind of a unique spin on the superhero, which I love. So.
Right. So, day 3 of this con, how you feeling?
I feel good.
Excellent.
Yeah, no. I mean, I go to cons all the time, and I love it. It's one of my favorite things to do, and the best part is just meeting, all the people who, love the same stuff that I do, and all the amazing cosplayers.
The cosplays are amazing. So this is something that I never really fully got into. And as I've joked a few times on the show, I'm like a late blooming geek, or getting...
Hey, it's never too late.
Absolutely. It's like just been in denial for years upon years. I'm like, you know what? No, I'm going for it. I'm going full blast. And there's all sorts of different communities and subgenres within the geek culture. I'm like, screw it. Full dive. I'm doing blogging. I'm doing podcasting. Let's see what happens. And since I've been coming to cons, I tried to get a picture of every cosplay that comes through.
Yeah, me too. I do the same thing.
Yeah, and so I'll have full photo albums, and I'll do a slideshow on the website after the con. But some of the absolute craftsmanship, and it's not even like more than just the professional cosplayers. We'll get into the handcrafted stuff. I've had a couple of cosplayers on the show already, and their level of work is just like, and I'm gonna sidetrack a little bit. I was over at I guess we'll call it the cosplay camp. What would you call that? Where all the cosplayers are?
Oh, I'm right next to them, actually.
Okay,
yeah.
Just talking to them for a little bit, and really, it's them and people on Etsy, and I have a friend who's in the Society for Creative Anachronisms.
Yep. Sure.
Yep. They are the people that are keeping the craft arts alive. They really are, because no one makes their own clothes these days. No one makes their own, there is the DIY scene, but for the most part, this level of craftsmanship is either prop making or it's the cosplay and reenactment people, and it is stunning. Even the casual stuff is amazing to me. Yesterday, I was able to do a casual handsome Jack.
Yeah.
It was fun. It looked great. You lie so well.
Oh, dude, I already posted on our Facebook.
Oh, geez, I'm gonna have to go check that out. But yeah, it's just so much fun, and yes, the word I'm going to use is liberating. As someone who's newly accepting into the scene, it's been an absolute blast. So how long have you been doing pretty much anything related to Super Geeked Up?
So we started, Super Knocked Up came first, actually.
Oh, did it? Okay.
Yeah, because I've been a filmmaker for a while now, and I did a bunch of short films.
Oh, really?
And then around 2012 was when we released the first season of Super Knocked Up. I decided to try my hand at web series, and that was my first web series.
Oh, all right.
And so we did that. We did 2 seasons of that, and then Super Geeked Up spun off of that, actually. I wanted it as a way. We did it in between seasons 1 and 2 of Super Knocked Up. It was a way for me and my 2 lead actors to kind of interact more with our fans from season 1, to get them to know us as people.
So I've got it completely backwards, but all right, cool, go on.
Oh, that's right. Not a lot of people know that. Yeah, I mean, I'm all about really it's the connection you build with the people who enjoy your stuff. That's really important to me. So that's where we started it, and then Super Geeked Up went on. It's now been going on for 5.5 years.
Okay.
And over 230 episodes.
Wow. Yeah, there you go.
So, and that became its own thing, though, and that's where we started. I started doing much more. Besides just talking fun, geeky topics, we started doing a lot of the geeky improv style games, like Whose Line Is It Anyway style, but just geekified.
Right.
And so so now it's become its own show, and now this is something I take it around to cons. We've gotten the chance to do it at really big ones like San Diego Comic-Con and Dragon Con.
That is amazing.
And all this stuff. So that's awesome that I've gotten the chance to do it on stage at all those places. And yeah, it's been awesome. It's been fun.
That has got to be such a rush also to do it on stage and in front of a live audience to begin with is a rush.
Yeah.
And it's a little nerve-wracking at times, but on that level, how many people are you doing it in front of when you get to the San Diego Comic-Con level?
So San Diego, we have. So we're always one of the last panels at San Diego, and at any con that's generally pretty tough.
Hey,
but I mean, we've done it 2 years in a row now. In our second year, we got way more people. So
awesome.
We're approaching around 100.
Okay.
Or so there. Dragon Con, actually, that was our first time this past fall in 2017, and we were actually getting late. But Dragon Con's one of those cons, I guess. Where just people are always out late and doing everything.
Okay, game on.
This is my first time there, and I loved it. It was awesome.
Okay.
And yeah, that room was packed. There were people standing
Oh, wow.
in the back and the sides.
All right.
So I don't even know. I mean, it wasn't like a crazy huge room, but there gotta have been like, you know, maybe 150 or 200
Okay.
over that.
Cool.
And they want to put us in a bigger room next year, actually, because we packed that house. So.
Well.
But yeah, but I mean, both San Diego and Dragon Con are like the two ones I love a ton. I mean, like I love them all. Like I'm having a great time here. I love my local cons, obviously, like this.
Oh, absolutely, of course.
But you know, I don't know. Yeah, there's something about those really big ones. Obviously, they're super fun. And,
All right, man. Well, thanks for stopping by and lowering your standards and having a quick little conversation with me.
Lord, what are you talking about, man? Come on, raising right the standards.
Okay. So one more time, just give all your shows and stuff a plug.
Absolutely, yeah. So supergeekedup.com is our site. You can actually find everything on there. Super Knocked Up, Super Geeked Up. We actually do some Dungeons and Dragons, other gaming shows, and we do a DC Action Hour show where we talk all the superhero shows in the CW.
Okay.
Any of that, go to the website, or you just go to Super Geeked Up on YouTube. We'd love a subscription, and you can check all our stuff out there. And yes, thanks so much.
All right,
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Got that Audacity set up.
Oh yeah, I'm all like fancy and whatnot.
You bougie.
It's basically all the default settings. Don't get too impressed.
Oh no, mine is too.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right, so you may notice that I've got a new voice on here, and that would be Maggie. Oh hey, Maggie.
Oh hi.
So Maggie's a personal friend of mine for several years now.
Yeah, like 8, 9, maybe almost 10.
Dear
Like
God,
we're old.
Yeah, we're old.
We old.
And Maggie's over here at the con helping out with Louie, who was on a little while ago.
Yeah.
Yay! He's got his item get booth, I guess, at a few aisles back, and I'm making motions right now because that works so beautifully with audio only.
Oh yeah, no, I can see it.
Yeah, me too. So obviously it's working. So Maggie's helping out over there, and Maggie also has her own little podcast that she started up. So
Yeah.
let's get into that.
My own little podcast.
And it is called.
And so the podcast I co-host is called Rock Candy. Co-host with my friend Ashley, and it is a weekly podcast where we talk about music. It's kind of a behind the music style-esque meets Two Drunk Ladies. Woo! Spring break! But yeah, we just sit back. Every week we have either a different topic or a different artist or even an album review.
Okay.
And we really like to mix it up and just talk about different thoughts and aspects of it. And we like to give history. And we also like to drink beers during it. And we try every week to pick a thematic beer, which can be a pain in the sometimes.
But, you know, you do what you do, or do what you got to do, rather. And you know what? We'll find a beer.
Oh,
we will find.
We have both some real reaches here. When we had our Janet Jackson album review of the Velvet Rope,
Okay.
I couldn't find anything. I was trying to find things with the word velvet in it, whatever.
And there's nothing with
couldn't
velvet?
Find, not that I
Or
could
nothing
find in the
worthwhile.
area.
Okay.
Oh, I don't even care if it's not worthwhile. We'll do it.
For the
And
sake of the art.
we do.
For the sake of
We've
the
had
art.
so many IPAs, and we're really not IPA girls. We're starting to like them now, which is weird. But there is a part in the podcast where I talk about she's going through a big depression making the Velvet Rope, and it's a
Okay.
very self-reflective album.
All right.
And apparently, one of her healing, one of the things she did to kind of self-heal was coffee enemas. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Again, this is terrible podcasting, but I'm making really weird faces right now.
Oh, I'm sure everyone listening is also making
making
a terrible face right now because that is a terrible idea.
Okay.
Burnt butthole. That's all I gotta say. But yeah, I was trying to figure out a good a good beer, and I thought, a coffee stout.
You know what? That'll work. We'll compromise.
And so Ashley shows up to record, and she's like, why coffee stout? I'm like, oh, you'll find out.
Oh, you'll see.
She was very upset when we got to that point. She's like, I'm drinking butt juice. Thanks, Maggie. If this hasn't tantalized you to listen to my podcast, then nothing will.
Oh, boy. So, first off, I just noticed your earrings. You got some D20s going on.
I love my D20 earrings.
Yes.
I'm a freaking nerd.
Yes, we are, and that's why we're at a Comic-Con right now
Boom.
because we're the cool people. I was accused of being a cool guy on Friday. Yeah, this was hysterical to me, and I was left speechless. So I'm explaining the podcast to people that come to the booth like I always do, and you've heard me do several times on these live sessions. Hang on a second.
I guess you can just edit these things out.
Yeah, I've talked over them before, so I don't know. I think I'll just let it go.
I mean, last night you had no choice because they did this about 17 times in 1 hour.
Oh, that was a pain. Yeah, that was a pain.
We kept trying to talk to people at the booth, and we're like, oh, hold on a second.
Yeah, oh, hold
we're
on.
Right underneath the speaker.
Yeah, we are. As I'm looking up, yeah. All right, we good?
Yeah, I
okay,
think we're
so
good. We're good.
Friday, explaining the podcast that I always do to people that come by. And I can't remember how the conversation progressed, but I mentioned how I got into comics late. I accepted my geekdom a little bit later in life. As it is, I just embrace the geek, and that's what I'm doing now. And he looks at me and goes, "You don't look like a geek." Hold on, another announcement.
Hold on, there's more announcements. I know you're hanging on the edge of your seat.
Yeah. I'll blurb a little bit of this. So he's like, you don't look like you look like one of the cool guys, and then he walks away.
What? That was it?
I'm like, you look like one of those cool guys. Like, did you just do a mic drop on me? Did I just get called out for being like a fake geek guy?
Right? And you're like, is this a...
How you guys doing? Doing fantastic. A little live recording right now. But no, I keep this in the interviews as well. What's going on, guys? All right.
It's supernatural.
What's that?
I said it's supernatural, not like the show, just super space natural.
Okay. So this video game Crosstalk, I do a podcast where I talk to tech and science professionals, and
not me.
And then there's Maggie.
Me. And then there's Maggie.
So I bring on someone who works in the science and tech field, different guests each episode, or people who are just gamers.
Yeah.
Maggie, okay.
Still kind of hilarious, but okay.
And I bring people on from the gaming community, like Twitch streamers or other podcasters or game devs. We talk about the work that they do, or like the podcast that they're on for a little bit. Then to work in the science and tech stuff, we do some science and tech headlines, talk about that for a little bit, move on to some gaming and geekery, and then I wrap every episode up with the final 5 questions. So every item on the table has been discussed in some capacity on the show. So if you have any questions, let me know. Feel free to take a wristband.
Sweet wristband.
Sweet wristband. Business card. Business card has all the socials on it.
Game too, or no?
Yes, I do. I got a Hyperion t-shirt on right now if you're a Borderlands fan, and obviously I'm a Borderlands fan between the t-shirt and the clappy. If you're Destiny, big fan of Destiny. Yeah, so absolutely, man. And if you feel like it, you can drop your email address. After the con, I'll be shooting out an email with a link to a sweepstakes for a $100 Amazon gift card. All right, cool. Yeah, come visit me at the Comic-Cons. Well, obviously this will be published well after the Comic-Con's over, but if you see me at a con, I usually do one of these sweepstakes giveaways that you can only get into if you're at the con.
Special exclusive.
Yes.
I like it.
Well, try to avoid all the bots.
Yeah.
Is what it is. Yeah, this goes up on that end. Last one I did, I had 700 entries, and only 40 of them were legit.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it was terrible because you got people who all they do is enter sweepstakes. I'll go to their Twitter profile, and it's just lines of giveaways. It's just a line of giveaways.
That's so weird. I don't know how you do that.
I've heard of that.
Seems like a pain in the ass.
Well, it's terrible, but that's either it's a bot or that's just what they do. They just enter sweepstakes all the time.
PC or?
I'm on PS4. I'm a filthy casual.
I got an Xbox.
Is that really a filthy casual platform?
If you get deep enough into the gaming community, yeah, it is.
Oh, it's like PC where you want to be?
Yeah, PC Master Race.
Yeah, because you got way more customization.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, my husband built his own computer specifically for gaming.
So there you go.
There were some discussions as to how much he was spending.
Consoles are cheaper. You just buy them and you play.
Yeah, you buy it and you play. But
Yeah.
Games are more expensive.
Yeah.
That's true. Doesn't Steam make everything like more affordable now anyway?
Attention fans, we've got a friendly reminder. We are down to our last 10 minutes, and Mr. Robert Englund, Freddy Krueger himself, is signing for the last 10 minutes, and then he is going to be going back to your nightmares. So again, last call for Robert Englund.
It's just.
It's easier just to plug and play.
Just plug and play. Like I've built my own. I've built my own computer before, but like after a while, it's like they've come down in price so that the like a Dell PC, if you've got some discount code, is like at cost for the actual components.
And a cheap laptop.
Right.
That's what I do. I have a small little laptop. Runs pretty much everything.
Yeah, and personally, when I'm playing like on the couch, like my eyes suck to begin with. You know, I don't have a 4K TV. I don't have like the gold-plated cables. There's nothing that will make this more.
It's just games.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah, guy. So.
All right.
Awesome. Nice meeting you too.
Enjoy the rest of the con.
Thank you.
And that is live interactions at the con.
Ooh. You'll only get it here.
That's right. All right, so we can wrap this up real quick.
Sure.
Drop some socials for Rock Candy.
Yeah, so you can find us on all the things. We are on Facebook and Instagram at Rock Candy Podcast. We're on Twitter at Rock Candy Pod because they don't let us fit all of it in for a name.
Right.
You can download us on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, TuneIn. You can just use RSS feed. You get it straight from the website www.rockcandy.com. So.
Yeah, I've noticed that once I was able to submit to iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, like every other third-party service either piggybacks off their RPI or API or something because I'm listed on like everything now.
Right, and I'm kind of out of the loop because I use iTunes because I have an iPhone. Yes.
One of those things.
Whatever.
All right, and that's Maggie. She's
That's
classy.
me. I'm a classy lady.
All right, so it is 4:45 right now. We have been in this room an entire weekend. I know it's not the longest con in the circuit of cons or whatever you want to call it, but it was a long weekend for us. But final wrap up live session. How you feeling?
I'm actually feeling very, very good. I think we did good this weekend. I'm not going to tell these people about the surprise that we got.
No, not quite yet.
I told my wife, but
that's okay.
We got to talk to our bosses before we can spread this news. But there's some big news coming out for
potentially
both of our podcasts.
Yeah, potentially huge news. Something that we did not expect, but we have to get executive approval before we can really move forward with some of this.
And I kind of got mine, but still working on the kinks. And once we both get executive approval and discuss it with each other what's going on, we'll share it with the world. Yeah. But overall, good
every single live stream this has happened. Every single one. And we'll go like an hour or two without doing anything, just kind of like talking to people. And then as soon as we start a live stream, the voice from above starts descending down on us. All right, thanks, homie. But we got a lot of networking in.
Oh, my goodness.
So much networking. And this is like kind of a growing experience for me because even though I do a podcast and I do some of the stuff with gaming, I'm still very much an introvert. I'm a shy guy or whatever you want to call it. But so it's like a conscious effort for me to go out and actively network and talk to people. If people come up to my booth, up to my table, I have no problem because that's kind of, it's someone else initiating, and that's what I'm here for. But for me to actually go out and myself initiate the conversation, it's a little bit different.
See, I'm the complete opposite. I'm bouncing around, handing out cards. What I've been doing is I hand out the cards, I'll talk to the people, get their cards, a few people I bought things for, and if you hand me a card, I'm handing you a card. If you hand me something, I'm gonna hand you something.
And that's just good business.
That's really actually been working a whole lot with the networking for both of our podcasts. Anthony's been shouting them out a lot, which I appreciate.
Yep.
And hey.
So I did pick up one final purchase.
Oh, and I won something.
Oh, yeah, you did. So, oh wait. So it's in a little baggie, but I got the business cards on one side. Here we go. So got a little, for any Fallout fans, it's a little Nuka-Cola button, little magnet there, and that is from False Mind Studios. Where's your camera? There it is. Yep. False Mind Studios. We also got a stream network going on, Nerd Aggregate. So just picked that up from the guys. Cool dudes. Let me see if I can link up with them later on.
Huge shout out to them. And
so you got it's a pint glass, and it's from Extra Life. Now this is, I'm going to take a little bit of time to explain this. This is actually really important. So Extra Life is a charity organization that's focused around gamers, and there is an official Extra Life Day, which is in November, where if you're in the gaming scene, you're going to see a lot of people doing Extra Life marathon streams, and basically people do a 24-hour gaming marathon, and they'll have crews where like some people do like 2 or 3 or 4 hours at a time. But during that time, the idea is people donate for the marathon session. So Aaron, what you got?
Well, I signed up for it last year. I signed up again this year, and I'm gonna try it this year. I got to get back into gaming. And I got this cool little glass right here. We're signing up for the raffle. Listen, I know I was the only person in the raffle. You guys don't know that, but a win is a win.
Hey, you signed up for it, and you won the random drawing.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter if it's a mathematical impossibility for anyone else to win.
It was a mathematical possibility for anybody to win. You just had to enter. You had to be in it to win it. Like the lotto, but I don't play that because I don't like losing money.
And one last thing, I decided that if I was going to be here for an entire weekend and not at least say hi to the man, I was going to regret it forever. But I did grab a photo and a signature from Ryan Hurst, OP. May our Viking warrior live on in Valhalla.
Yes. And with that, Anthony let me in on a little story that I'm going to tell you guys. He was watching the show with his wife when Opie died, and he was crying a lot. And she was asking why he was crying so much, and he was
I just couldn't answer. I couldn't answer because that was actually her first episode of Sons of Anarchy. So like that was her intro to the show. Was this like super emotional scene of Opie saying, "I got this."
And he was an awesome character in that show. Probably one of my favorites, if not my favorite, because he kept it real.
Yeah, he was pretty awesome. So again, like I knew I was going to regret if I did at least say hi to the guy. So I was like, all right, I might just grab a picture. And I'll go up and be like, hey, can you sign this for me? I'm really big. I've been staring at you all weekend. That's not creepy, is it? Yes, of course it's creepy. But, so, yeah, just a few minutes left and we'll start to tear down. You can probably hear other people tearing down with some shrink wrap right behind us. So, yeah, signing off at Empire State Comic-Con 2018.
Just what he said. As I always say, check out Horror with Sir Sturdy. Check out Video Game Crosstalk. Thank you for watching.
Till next time, game on.
Peace.